The Marble League Showdown. We have 16 teams and 6 events that basically were memorable enough for me to do this recap. Anyways, we have 16 teams and we have 4 teams to laugh at harder than the rest. Let's just get straight into it. So, this was a pretty good season for you. After taking dead last in 2024 Showdown, you come out with a pretty decent result for me in the Showdown. Solid finishes in basically all of the events put you in a podium spot. And getting that bronze overall is pretty sweet. Only behind the 2 teams that I really dislike. Anyways, yeah. At least you got 2 medals, which were both silver. Anyways, yeah, I'm kind of bored of this team. Let's just move on to the next one. Oh, this is precious. You got 13th. You finished lower than the Thunderbolts. How did you manage to get relegated again? You are such a disappointment. You had it. You had a chance to get out of relegation, but did not do enough at all. You are just bad. 2020 was one of the biggest, if not the biggest fluke I've ever seen from a team. You're lucky that I'm not a fan of you. If I was, then I'd go all out for you. I would move to a different team. I would go for the Purple Rockets than you. You were that big of a disappointment. Speaking of the Purple Rockets, excuse me. What the hell is this? You are not good, Purple Rockets. The Sauce Boss couldn't even be a boss. They looked more of a peasant. You got 4 points in the first 2 points in the first 4 events. 2. You couldn't even make it to the podium. You were that bad. You are just a big disappointment. Your fans are... How do your fans keep being your fans? That is something that I'm really shocked about. Look at this corn maze run. You were in the back for the entirety of that event. Seriously, look at this. You can't tell me that this isn't pure dumbness. I know that's not a word, but that is just dumb. You can't score 2 events in the first 4 events of the season. You did not finish last in block pushing because the hazers exists. If they do not exist, you would have finished in dead last for half of the events. Half. That is pure talent. I don't want to talk about this team any longer. Next. Dang. You're getting good again. I guess. You did pretty solid in the showdown. Well, just ignore block pushing. Yeah, just ignore that. Besides that run, they may as well gotten at least a top 3. Wait, what? What do you mean they got 5th? They got 4 medals and they got 5th. You couldn't even beat Team Plasma. Well, you should have, because ain't this by medal count? Because if the places are swapped, then I'm fine with that. But wait, I would not be fine with that. I'd make fun of you if you got 4th, bro, you guys. I would have made the freaking madman happy if I roast you. But there is something. Since you got last in block pushing and did not good in event 4, which I forgot the name of. Like, I forgot the event. The rest of the finishes were medals. Consistency, you did pretty good. You did solid for 4 events. Those 5 points that you chalked up in the other 2 events made you cost the overall podium. At least you did better than the cat's eyes, like that means anything. Okay. You're bringing your showdown magic back. Yeah, this team didn't podium. Solid finishes in basically most of the events put you in the running for at least a podium. But poor finishes in the sprint, you couldn't make it. At least you did better than the cat's eyes. That means something. You in the qualifiers, you almost qualified. Heck, you were close enough to at least get by the glaciers, which are not any better. If you have gotten at least 8 points more, you would have probably made it. Just look at this. You would have been in 11th place, and you would have made it. If you gotten at least a double-digit point finish, you would have made it. But nope. Your Sand Rally competitor, which I forgot the name of, decided to crap themselves there. Well, once again, you did better than the cat's eyes. And my team. Moving on. Hey, Thunderbolts, how's qualifier? Oh. Okay, that's not good. Your best finish was Sand Rally? Yeah, this team's good. This team's good at being bad. You were so bad that I forgot you existed. To be honest, I would have put it in the Golden Orbs. That's right, I said it. The Golden Orbs deserve to be back. I don't care what people say. I want the Thunderbolts gone. Their new coach, Wrath, doesn't do anything for this team. They're just as bad as Thunderstorm. Hate to say it. I think that Thunderstorm would do a way better job than this. Heck, you did better in the qualifiers like last season. Just look at this. This is not good. Your only top finish was in Sand Rally. You only got 14 points. In this case, that would sound pretty good for a 16-event league. But nope. You decide that every finish you get is bottom half. Well, I have way better teams to talk about next. Okay, first of all, I said way better. Not as worse. Team Primary is just not good. Rima is the best member on your team, and they're not even captain. So you're saying that Prim is your captain? Really? Prim is your captain. Yeah, this team is screwed. They need to change Prim to reserve, and they need Rima to be captain. What is Prim doing for the team? I think he's doing nothing. Isn't it crazy that Rima is the best member of your team? Heck, not even Yellow's Marlboro's cast can even make you good. You are just as bad as, well, the Purple Rockets. You had, well, I had hope, but some reason I had lost it all after the Sand Moguls, because you were done after that event. There's no way you could have gotten out of that relegation zone, even if you tried. Your Sand Rally wasn't that special either. You were flirting around with the top half, but, well, you couldn't get it done in the end. I was hoping for you to get out of that relegation zone. I got my hope back, but 10th place isn't enough. Like, seriously? You did better than the Rojo Rollers. You only won because of tiebreaker. You did better than one of my favorite teams. And of course you did better than the Purple Rockets. I was hoping for you guys to at least get a middle pack finish. At least your team... Actually, wait, your team is still broken. Have fun in the showdown in 2026, Team Primary. And whatever you do in the off-season, make Rima captain. Ah, yes, the Solar Flares. One of my favorite teams. Remember when Dino said continue to be not bad and keep doing it? Did you listen? Because boy, did you not do good, especially in the qualifiers. Because you were bad. Seriously, you were very bad. Seriously. Not even back-to-back good placements couldn't even put you ahead of the bottom 4. You're just trash. So, you only had 1 point in the first 2 events. That is stupid. You can't fail this hard and you expect yourselves to qualify? Like, what are you? You can't qualify if you start like this. Not even a good performance in Sand Rally could have gotten you out of that spot. Because back-to-back 21s is respectable. What isn't respectable is you finishing in the bottom 4 and 5 in the qualifiers. You couldn't even beat the Rojo Rollers. Which is good for me because I like the Rojo Rollers. Anyways. Yeah, this team's just boring. I can't say this team isn't... Well, hold on. Let me rephrase that. You can't tell me this team isn't good. I mean, you can't tell me that. You can't tell me this team is... I don't know what I'm saying. But all I know is that no matter what, they're gonna stick to Solar Flare's things. Moving on. Oh boy. This will be a tough one for me to do. The Rojo Rollers keep doing Rojo Rollers things. Rolling down straight into the basement. You were so close on moving on in the sprint. You just had to lose to the Gliding Glaciers of all teams. Heck, if you even lost to the Minty Maniacs, I would have been fine with that. But the Gliding Glaciers? What? Oh, that's okay. You're in 13th with 1 event to go. You could easily get out of the showdown round. Nope. You couldn't even beat Team Primary. You only beat the Purple Rockets is because the Purple Rockets are trash. You are also trash. Yeah, I was rooting for you, man. Come on. I have to give credit. At least Rojo Uno tried in the corn maze. They are still the best member of your team. Respectable finishes in basically any maze they've ever competed in, except for 2023 maze run. But besides those, any elimination races, you would have probably secured a gold. Because in the 2024 showdown and the 2023 Marble League, you got golds. And I was hoping you would be heading to the elimination race. But you just had... Well, wait, no. It's not their fault. Calm down. This team is just... Sorry, guys. I had a tantrum in the other room earlier. Anyways. Again, at least Rojo Uno tried. The Marble League Showdown, Part 2. Once again, we have 16 teams. Same 16. I already talked about 9 of them. Now talking about the other 7. Let's just get started. So, Team Plasma, how is your showdown? Oh, just missed out on the podium. Darn. Also, by looking at the points here, I think the Hazers should have been ahead of you
because medal count, not by gold count. No. And okay, you did win a gold and a bronze, so that is something. What else? Okay, I have another thing to say to you. If you don't qualify for the next year's Marble League, which I highly hope that happens, get relegated. That'd be so funny. Alright, Cat's Eyes. Wait, what? You're in the showdown? Here's the first for everything. Anyways, after winning a title in 2023 and a pretty solid 2024, also, how did you get a bronze in block pushing? Excuse me, I thought you were supposed to be bad in that. Red Eye's Sand Rally was still basically one of the best performance in your team in this showdown, besides that bronze and block pushing. Also, you couldn't even beat the Swarm. The Swarm! The Shining Swarm. You couldn't even beat them. Also, you were in a position lower than the Solar Flares. The Solar Flares! At least you're climbing back up the order then. Blue Eye absolutely sold, however, in the Sand Moguls. They put up the third worst time. They did better than the Purple Rockets, I think, which is one of their times, and I believe a Huckleberry member. I'll just finish this segment off saying, hell yeah, go crazy Cat's Eyes. So, Turtle Sliders. Okay, you're back in the showdown. You and the Purple Rockets are the only teams that have never qualified ever for a main league. Ever. You can... Wait, okay. You did pretty solid in the showdown. Basically, good results for most of your season. You were sitting in third place. You fell down 2 spots then, but you had a good chance in winning. You had a good run in the funnels as well. I believe you won that. And you did. Nice. You won the first gold in the showdown, and it made me think that you guys would stay there. But of course not. You just had to finish second in the showdown to give it to Shining Swarm out of all teams. I do not like you, but I like you way better than the Shining Swarm. If you've just gone at least a top half finish, you probably would have won the thing. Whatever. Have fun in the showdown next year, I guess. Wrong picture. Look out, everybody. It is the hosts of the Marble League 2024. Okay, they're mediocre now. Ooh, that's Sprint. That was close. Should have been the Rojo Rollers. Anyways, you did pretty good in the showdown, which I did not want. To be honest, I believe Sheet should be still captain. Sheet for captain. What is Alpine doing? Nothing. Well, yeah, basically nothing. Not a bad showing in most of your events. Put you in the top half, but not really for the running. You were in 10th heading into Sand Rally, and then you ended up finishing in 7th. Great. Oh yeah, nice kiss cam. Yeah, I guess. You've got to be kidding me. Why did you have to win? Should have been the Turtle Sliders or Indigo Stars. But of course, it have to be you. Since you won the showdown, I will make a poll as my punishment. More punishments, I guess. Anyways, you had a great showdown. Seriously, you had to win. You won Sand Rally. Should I be impressed by that? Also, should I be impressed you got a silver in the showdown as well? Like, seriously? I could rather watch paint dry than watch you perform in the Marble League. I don't care what people say about this team. What I think, this team is trash. And they had to win the showdown. Why couldn't it just be the Indigo Stars? Jungle Jumper is missing out the Marble League by 2 points. Actually, by 1 point. Jeez. I'm starting to sense a pattern for the Jungle Jumpers that don't qualify. Missing out on the league by 1 or 2 points. But let's just ignore 2022. Basically, your showdown was mid, just like your team. I thought you could have advanced in the Sand Moguls, but the Wolfpack was just a tad bit faster. If it was just on whoever made it to the white base first, then you would have made it. But whatever. 5th place is still the best finish in the Marble League for you. And in the showdown, it's fine. I can deal with this. Anyways, hopefully you can do better in 2026. On to the furries. Now, before we get started, I just want to say one thing. Was this legal? What was one of the members doing? Yeah, just Tony Hawk's it. Anyways, besides that move, your showdown has been pretty solid. Nice. Your season Wolfpack for 2025 wasn't the greatest, but a gold in the corn maze is good enough for me, I guess. But here's a thing that I do not like. Taking dead last in Sand Rally. Also, you're the lowest team to have a gold and a medal, and it gives you 9th, like the main league. Close beating the Cat's Eyes at least. I'll just finish this off by saying, ow! And that, my friends, was the 2025 Marble League Showdown recap. Part 2, that is. This season was pretty fun for the most part. There were some frustrating moments. Rojo Rollers getting relegated. Oof, I hate that. Anyways, this season was still a lot of fun, and I can't wait for the next season. Anyways, thank you for watching, thank you for watching, see you in Marbula 1, and as always, row, row, robust. See you all there.